And we are live. Welcome to the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing. Joining me today, I've got my lovely co-host. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's going on, everybody? It's Jackie. You can find me here on X at JSanDiego if you're not already following me, which I think everybody's following me if they're listening to this, right? Is this public?
Uh, yeah. It's public, and you've got a hell of a lot more followers than I do. So,
Yes, we're currently in limbo. Hopefully, we can get our YouTube channel back and running, our OG YouTube channel back and running here before week 3 kicks off. But yeah, let's get into it. Give me your gut reaction
this is
to.
about what I expected from this team. Just coming into week one, I expected what I thought would be a very strong, very powerful defense. I looked at that defense, on paper, and I saw maybe like one thing that gave me a question mark, and that was I want to say Gaither is his name. That was the only piece I wasn't sure how it fit, and I'm still not quite sure how it fits after Sunday. But that defense still looked really, really strong. And my main concern was this defense was going to look really, really strong, and this offense was going to look mediocre, and that's about what I saw on Sunday. We limped out of a game that most teams would have eaten for breakfast.
Yeah,
Um,
you get some nice defensive pieces in the off season, so you think that, this is going to be a big defensive, we're going to run up the sack numbers. And it didn't jump off the stat sheet, but defense still had a very productive day with pressure. My first like reaction was this was a very underwhelming performance because, like I said, you'd think that we would get more sacks than just one, especially with that,
yeah,
with especially their second string O lineman that we're playing.
I
Um,
mean the thing with New Orleans in this game is they use their weaknesses as strengths. Okay, we got a quarterback who is going to be eaten alive in the pocket, who panics. Great, it's a West Coast offense now. We're going to get the ball out as fast as we can, and that's the offense. That's the plan. We couldn't really, despite the amount of pressure we got on the quarterback, it didn't really matter because he was getting the ball out quick. It was a high pace, up tempo West Coast offense, and I thought that was a very smart game plan by Kellen Moore, using his weaknesses to his advantage.
yeah, Kellen Moore is no slouch. First time head coach, but he's been around. He's done some great things in Philadelphia and Dallas. So, he put together a perfect game plan. Spencer Rattler stayed on script. You didn't ask him to make crazy plays downfield. Just get the ball out quick. Don't turn it over. But I do want to go kind of circle back to your concerns with Davis Gaither. He was actually the third highest defensive graded player that we had for PFF. He put up a 78.0 PFF grade. So I think that was interesting off of.
And Will Johnson, I want to say he got like a 90 something, right?
Yeah, like that was one of the highest graded defensive players in the league this
A
week.
very stellar debut for Johnson. He had a pick called back, but he shut down Chris Olave. And I was with Goal in the last episode, and we were talking about, well, you know, that's a hell of a matchup to go against week one. I mean, mind you, there are far better wide receivers on this, on our schedule, but also you're not going to find a receiver room faster than the Saints on our schedule. So the fact that we were able to you know, keep them at arm's length and shut them down more or less is incredibly impressive. And I am very excited to see what this cornerback room and what this defense can do going in, because that was a genuinely impressive game by the defense.
Yeah, and it's a real testament because the Saints didn't try anything explosive or deep downfield outside of the one play where Will Johnson did pick off Spencer Rattler. So I think that was kind of things like, okay, we can't test this guy deep because he will come up with the ball. You see as soon as Rattler releases, he just purely plays the ball, runs ahead of Rashid Shaheed, and that's the speed guy. So it was a good, well-rounded defensive performance by Will Johnson. You saw the speed, you saw the big hit, you saw the ball hawking skills, and you see that he can play, sticky coverage. So yeah, I know it's a sample size and it's week one, but I think we really struck gold here.
I really agree. I'm still not sure how on earth anybody looked at this and aside from just overthinking injuries thought this is anything other than a first round talent. I am amazed we got him in the second round where we did. This is I mean that was a genuinely phenomenal opening game from him and if the rest of this season is anything like that for him, we are in for a an absolute show at cornerback this year.
Yeah, I mean, our DBs overall played very well. You think the star of the show would have been our revamped defensive line, but not only did our corners put up a stellar performance, but our safety did as well. We had Buda Baker and Jalen Thompson collab for that game-saving pass breakup there at the end, and then Rabbit. He's starting to see more action. He actually put up a PFF grade of 80.4, which is our second highest PFF ranked or graded defensive player.
Unfortunately, we still have a little bit of time until we see just what that defense is going to fully look like. Because as of right now, uh, Nolan he is on. I want to say the pup list right now, right?
Yeah, he's gonna at least miss the first 4 weeks. They'll reevaluate. So we probably won't see any of Nolan until October. But it's funny because Will Johnson is our second round pick, but it's almost more exciting to see like what he can do versus what Nolan can do. And in years past, like our first round picks have just kind of like underwhelmed in their debut a little bit. So it's nice to see that we got a guy that showed out in his first game, and even just the rest of the defensive players that we drafted this year. Jordan Birch had a very strong game as well,
Jordan
and then
Birch is a machine, man. Like I am
yeah,
so excited to see what he can do on this line. And oh my god, dude, he's just so much fucking fun, man. I
yeah, this is a fun defense. This is going to be what we're going to enjoy seeing the most out of this season. Offense is a
the
little lackluster, but this
the
defense
comp
is
I made
solid.
the comp I made last week is that this is going to be more or less like a Tomlin Steelers team. Like this defense is going to be explosive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be just hard nosed. Like you have to beat us to beat us type football. And the offense is just going to be like, oh my god, this is awful. Oh my god, why am I watching this?
I mean, I think we started out a little slow on offense, and I think it will get better over time.
I
Um,
agree, and I think that the lack of preseason reps. I mean, granted, there are teams that take the same direction we do, uh, but I mean, I think the lack of preseason reps really showed there was a general lack of cohesion on offense, aside from like a couple splash plays. I'm not sold on the running game yet this season. We did not look great this week, aside from that one Benson run.
yeah, I would like to see a little more Trey Benson, start to take over more of the carries over James Conner. Not to say that James Conner still can't ball, but I think that Trey Benson's going to hit a stride this year. So I would have liked to see a little more carries for him versus the Saints. I would have also liked to see just kind of getting away from the run game because it wasn't working. But
Speaking of get,
Mark, oh, go
Speaking
ahead.
of getting away, Kyler almost sold us at the end with that sack. Oh my God, what was he thinking?
Yeah, I mean, pressure came quick, and he didn't have a hot read to kind of check the ball down too. So that it was kind of reminiscent of what we saw out of him last year. Um, it almost kind of gave me flashbacks a little bit against the Panthers game last year.
Oh, you don't even have to remind me. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, yeah, you were there. You were there.
I was pulling my hair out.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. But but yeah, no, I mean, I don't understand why you throw it there when you have one more down till the 2 minute warning on a third down. I don't know why you don't just try to take the short run and just accept the fact that you're probably going to punt. I can't say I understand the game plan there. Um, and Marv is basically pleading to the press for Petzing to draw up a better game plan that gets him more involved. So I'm hoping that's something more akin to what we see this week. But I know Drew Petzing, and I'm not counting on it.
Yeah, I mean, that opening drive, it's like, second and long, third and long, and you're trying these run plays and it's not working. So it's like my initial reaction is like, oh, same shit, different, different years, typical Petzing. There were a couple of creative plays, I will say. I liked the shovel pass to James Conner.
That was
And
cute.
then
I liked it.
yeah, like I like that. And then I like that touchdown to Marv where you think it's going to be like back shoulder fade, but it's actually a mesh route and he came across. That was a good play call. But you would like to see more creativity in the passing game. I don't know. And granted, it's week one. I don't know if we're
It's
gonna,
it's
you know,
less, like conventional, like good football, and more heartbreaking. The worst person you know just made a great point,
right.
and I
And yeah, I
really
would have liked to see a little more of, Trey McBride did come up with some clutch grabs to keep the chains moving, but you would like to see hopefully it won't be a same thing as last season where he didn't find the end zone until like week 14.
I hope that McBride gets into mid-season form a lot quicker because I would like to see him just absolutely going to town on dudes like he did late last year. It's like taking 4 hits and staying up type shit.
Yeah, taking dudes for rides, hurdling people.
Ayo.
Now, I know you like to take dudes for rides, but
Listen, I'm not the one doing the riding. Anyway,
okay.
um, anyway,
We digress.
we
Um,
digress.
Another
I was.
player.
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
I don't
Okay,
I don't know.
another
I don't.
player I
Yeah.
wanted to point out too that I was really impressed with that got picked on a lot in this game was Max Melton. Outside of like the two like holding calls that he had, like he had a pretty solid game too. He was playing, some sticky coverage and he never gave up a big play.
Yeah, just a solid performance all around by our defense this game. I my expectations of this defense, I think we're blown out of the water. I am very excited to see what this defense can do against teams, and luckily they've got a fairly easy schedule coming up to home themselves and figure out what works and just really prepare themselves for the onslaught. Because starting after say week 6, it's going to get tricky. I mean, we face Green Bay week 7. We face Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is not as part of an offensive schedule as I thought it would be. Um, but I mean, we have teams that normally trip us up in scenarios that normally trip us up, and we just have to get out of our own way. We have to be a halfway competent football team, and that's all it takes. As of right now, it is anybody's game for the NFC West. The Rams, I mean, are we sure Matt Stafford's even alive? Have we seen him? Have we I think it's like Paul McCartney. I think he died in a car crash like a year ago. Nobody can prove me wrong.
Dude, funny you mentioned that, tangent time, but I was on
Right.
TikTok earlier and some guy is like, yeah, my favorite conspiracy theory is that Paul McCartney actually died in like 1966. And there's a documentary about it, and the dude's like playing like clips of this documentary. I'm like, holy shit. So it's funny you mentioned that. But yeah, we will run a gauntlet here towards the back half of the season. Um, but
But I mean,
there are some wins to be had for sure early on in this schedule because I'm not convinced by Seattle.
I'm not
Um,
convinced by Seattle. I'm especially not convinced that Mac Jones, if we don't shit our own pants, can beat us. Um, Tennessee. I mean, granted, Tennessee actually looked pretty good, all things considered, against a Broncos team that made the playoffs last year. I I think they could be, if not good, frisky. They could be fun. Um, I that team's a question mark for me right now.
the
I could see
Broncos
them,
are
the Titans, because
yeah,
they genuinely looked halfway decent against that Broncos team. And granted, that Broncos team is boring. Every game they're in is a slog, but they held their own.
Yeah, I had a lot of higher expectations for Denver coming into the season. Bo Nix, finished the season very strongly. But now it's year two and everybody's got tape on you, so you can game plan a little bit better. And then to credit to Cam Ward,
Cam
receivers had
Ward's
some.
Cam Ward's just had the ultimate chip on his shoulder because I haven't I can't think of a number one pick that was forgotten as quickly as Cam Ward's since like Eric Fisher. Like it is just insane how immediately discounted he was. I was it's
Absolutely.
I was
Let-
watching I was watching Miami the other day and I was like, God, who was the last good quarterback to come out of my oh. It was like, oh God, that's so embarrassing. I feel so bad. I played right into the trap.
Yeah, poor Cam Ward. I hope that he does put up a very good rookie campaign this year. Maybe offensive rookie of the year or something. But yeah, I woke up Sunday morning. I thought, huh, I could not. I forgot what his name was. Like that's how forgettable he was. And that's all the media. The medium media gave him no hype coming into this year. And the kid deserves it. The number one overall pick.
Yeah. I mean, he did himself pretty well. I mean, you don't get drafted number one for nothing. I uh,
Yeah.
I was genuinely impressed by his debut. I thought he did pretty well, and I think he has a solid shot to come in versus the Rams this weekend and genuinely surprise people. So,
Yeah, I'm not sold on every team in the NFC West. Like,
uh,
I feel
but
like the Seattle got worse with the Sam Darnold trade. You
yeah,
know,
no, I think Sam Darnold only really works in that one hyper specific scenario. And granted, it's week one. Everybody's playing Monday morning quarterback right now, and nobody really knows what's going on. I get that, but like to look that sloppy and that in that first week, it's like, oh man, you wouldn't think they'd be pining for Geno Smith, but here you are.
yeah, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, Geno Smith put up a very solid game with the Raiders, and which also is now coached by Pete Carroll. I was talking to Colby before the season started, and I was saying like I feel like the Raiders are going to be like a sleeper team this year that like will surprise people.
Yeah, no, I think they make the playoffs. I think that the AFC West. I mean, they the Chiefs can't coast on having no wide receivers forever, especially with that early gauntlet of a schedule. Oh my God, that is a beast of an opening schedule for them. I I think that is actually a toss up division for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah, like the Chargers looked solid, and who knows if it's going to transfer to the northern hemisphere. But yeah, they came out and they put on a show.
Chargers look nice. I mean the Raiders look nice. Um, Broncos, you couldn't pay me to watch one of their games. Um, you probably could actually. I am very broke.
You'll do something strange for a little piece of change or what?
But yeah, I mean, going into week two, I'm really hoping we shake off old narratives. I gotta, you know, this is my obligatory please do not gamble, but I'm going to talk about gambling disclaimer. Um, I got a $50 bonus bet. I put it on the Panthers, full disclosure, because I am the eternal fucking pessimist, and I cannot buy for a second that we don't screw this up. Um, so either way, I'm happy. If we win, great. We're 2-0. We're starting the season off right. We're shaking off the demons. What's next? Who we killing next? If we lose, great. I make 122 bucks. Um, and that's life. That's nice.
And
But
hopefully Kyler doesn't have to shit when we play Sunday. And that could be a thing too, if the fact that he had diarrhea waking up Sunday morning, and it's
let's
also
let's
a road
let's
game. So he said 4:30 he's hitting the toilet, but that's 1:30 here.
let's abandon the euphemism. He got fucking hungover.
You think
he
he
had
was
a
hungover? I
I
thought
think he had a fun night on Bourbon Street. God bless the man.
No, I think he was trying too much exotic, Cajun food because they got fried alligator, they got frog legs. I think he just ate something that his tummy was not used to.
That's also a, a possibility.
Yeah,
I
because I
always
mean, like, if I don't have seafood boil for a while, I'm hitting the shitter. I'm waking up at 2 a.m. too.
oh lordy lordy. So should we get into predictions for the week?
Yeah, just real quick though, I want to give you an interesting stat about the Panthers.
Hit me with it.
Bryce Young is 1-14 on the road.
Wow. Oh God, that's crazy. It's
The
even
one was
crazier that it's
against
about to be.
Atlanta, and Atlanta has not been good in the last
And that
couple
was
seasons.
the closing game of last year, right?
I believe so.
Insanity. He was 0 and 14 beforehand.
Yeah.
Wow. Um wow, damn,
So
that
that
is
might
actually
inspire
a
a little
crazy stat.
confidence going into this week. And
I mean,
this type of game with the record we have against the Panthers, you want this game early in the season opposed to like late in the season when, they're 0 and whatever or like 1 and something. You want to get them early before they just go full we have nothing to lose, so we're just gonna go out there and try our best type shit. You want to get them before Bryce Young remembers how to play football.
I mean, he'd have to actually remember how to play football first. I haven't seen him do it.
Yeah. So
That's a
this
lie.
is
That's a lie. I saw him remember the moment it counted the most for the Cardinals, and I was so fucking mad.
That's what I'm saying. Like you want to get Bryce Young before it like something clicks in his brain. And we've shaken off the bad at home narrative. We had a pretty solid home record last season. So it'll be nice. I think we're gonna come away with the win. I think the key to that is we have to run the ball all over them because they could not stop Travis Etienne last week.
And also, Derek Brown got injured, I believe, right?
Oh, this is news to me because that was the only person that him and J.C. Horn are the only people that scare me on that defense. I'm looking it up right
Uh, no, I believe I misremembered.
now.
He was rehabbing from an injury last year. I could have sworn he got injured last week, but I believe I'm wrong. Well, regardless,
All right, yeah, you want to get into to picks for the week? I know we're the Thursday night games going on. The Commanders look like Washington, like Cliff Kingsbury era Arizona Cardinals right now versus the Packers.
but I mean that's also just a very commanding defense. I think drawing anything from this week is kind of a fool's errand right here.
Yeah, and then credit to LaFleur. LaFleur is a good coach, and now it's year two of Jaden Daniels, so you've got tape on him now.
It's not easy to be a winning team when you have five wide receiver twos, but somehow the Packers are doing it.
Hey, if the system works, dude.
Kind of makes me a little mad we didn't try to hit them up because we
Right.
because I don't know if we even have a wide receiver three.
But to be fair, we're not reliant on the wide receiver, so I feel
Oh,
like
I
going
know.
out and getting someone.
I'm
Yeah,
being a troll. I'm being
yeah,
a
I know,
troll.
I know. All right, I'll write your picks down. Um,
All right, sounds good to me. All right, so opening up your 1 p.m. slate for Sunday, you have Jags Bengals. Who you got?
I got the Bengals.
I got the Bengals too. Wait, actually, no, I lied. Because the Bengals, no, I don't know. Because they looked kind of weak against the Jags. Sorry, against the Browns last week. I'm gonna say the Jags come into Cincinnati and shock the Bengals in their home opener.
Very bold of you.
Indeed. I'm not going to be so bold with my next pick. After that, we got Giants Cowboys.
Yeah, it's going to be the Cowboys.
Darn skippy it is. After that, we
Pains
got
me to say.
Bears Lions.
This one's interesting because the Lions did not look very well.
And I mean, Ben Johnson's coming in to, and he's got something to prove. He's got a he's coming in to play against his old team. I mean, I don't know. tempers flare. People act a little nuts. I genuinely think that I think they sneak one out. I think the Bears win against the Lions there.
I picked Detroit. I think this is going to be a bounce back game, and Caleb Williams does not look good to me at all.
I he Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
He's
Funny thing
he's
though
in a
about the
tough spot.
Lions is that, of course, it's Michigan,
Yeah.
but all of like the Michigan fans are like so mad that the Lions did not draft Will Johnson because they need help in their corner room.
Oh, I believe it. I will say I think it's funny that uh that there are people who think, oh yeah, Chicago, their issue is, nobody can play quarterback there. The weather's just too bad. Name a Chicago Bears quarterback who was good elsewhere. Name one right now.
Recency bias, even though they lost and he's still not good, is Justin Fields.
I mean, but that's a single game. I mean, just historically, that is not a team that picks winners. The guys who come there, who go elsewhere afterwards, never do anything. So I think they are just that unlucky. Anyway, moving on. Rams Titans.
I picked the Titans.
I agree. I think the Rams looked pretty. I mean, granted, Stafford and Puka put up a lot of yards, but I mean, 14 to 12 against the Texans. That doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, especially against a Titans team that's pretty dang scrappy. I think the Titans win it.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Lambs, but they looked pretty pedestrian to me in like the few highlights that I saw. Game was rather boring, to be honest with you. Um, but yeah, but I don't believe in this Rams team like everybody else wants to believe in them. We were actually the only team in the NFC West to actually put up 20 points. All the games were low scoring.
Snuck right in.
So yes, I
Yeah.
will say the Titans. You say Titans, yeah.
After this, we have what in any other week would be the certified ass bowl. Patriots Dolphins.
Yeah, certified ass bowl for sure.
Are
Um,
we sure? Because the next one is pretty it's
okay,
pretty
we'll
ass.
we'll we'll wait for the certified ass bowl. But I'm going with New England.
I
I
am
think
going to
Miami's a
I
fucking
am
dumpster fire.
I think they're going to be a dumpster fire too, but I just have no faith in New England. I'm going to say the Dolphins have a bounce
You're not
back
a
week.
you're not a Drake May believer?
I'm not. He's from the worst Carolina.
Oh, Unk University.
Exactly.
Do you think Bill
Um
Belichick will be in the game?
I don't think he's allowed there, is he? I mean, he said he banned
He
the
banned.
Patriots. I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
if they don't return the favor.
what a fucking clown.
He is a
Anyways,
clown.
yeah.
After that, we have our certified ass bowl. 49ers Saints.
This is your certified asshole?
Indeed, it is. Mac Jones versus Spencer Rattler. I'd say that's ass.
I'm going to say that the Saints win because the Saints put up a better showing. Granted, it's us, and of course they're gonna if they're gonna put up a good showing, it's gonna be against us. But I was pretty impressed by the game plan that they stuck to. They didn't look as bad as everyone thought, so I feel like they're gonna pull it out against San Francisco, who's the all-star IR team right now. Fucking
The
Purdy's
Niners
hurt.
have coasted off of reputation for so long that people have just forgotten what a mess they are injury wise. Like I saw so-called serious people basically splitting them and the Rams to win the division this year, and I like even with injuries withstanding, I don't see it. I just don't get it. And I mean, especially with the injury bug now, I mean, Christian McCaffrey's not quite the same as he used to be. That receiving core is a mess. I mean, I genuinely think that losing both Purdy and Kittle is genuinely going to harm them. The spread's 3.5 here. I don't disagree. I think this is a Saints win.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they don't have enough in the tank to pull this out. And the Satan's defensive line is also very good. So I
And
got to give them credit. Cam Jordan looks ageless.
yeah, no, I mean he's what 38 years old, and he put on a show.
Is he
Wait, no,
really
he was
38? Holy
no,
shit.
he was like 35, I think.
Oh,
But
okay.
even still,
He's
after
not
that,
Calais Campbell.
this could very well be a actually like low key great game. Bills Jets of all things.
Oh, two New York teams.
Either
Yeah,
way,
I'm not a believer in that Bills defense.
yeah, 40 points is kind of an eyebrow raiser. But also, I mean, that Jets team also let up 30. So I mean, it,
I feel like this is gonna be another high scoring game, but ultimately it's Josh Allen who's the better of the two quarterbacks. So I'm
according to
gonna go Bills.
ESPN, the line is 46.5, which feels incredibly low. Um,
Who do you got?
I people have been really quick to appoint the Bills the best team in the league after that comeback. No, they came back against Baltimore. Everybody gets one. Uh, um,
Yeah.
I think the Jets they come out and I think they get a win at home. I think they beat the Bills. I think it's going to be a very fun game. I think it's probably the most fun game in that 1 p.m. time slot. And there are a lot of fun games in this 1 p.m. time slot.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's a divisional game too, so those are always a good watch.
and going back to the not so fun games, we got Seahawks Steelers. Who we got?
I hate that Aaron Rodgers played a good game last week. And I don't believe in the Seattle offense. Their defense at times can be good, but they also gave up that touchdown to Brock Purdy to end the game last week. So I'm gonna say it's the Steelers.
I I am struggling to think of how if the Steelers stay this consistent, they're going to go 9-8. I guess something will just have to happen, like a bad ayahuasca trip for for Aaron
For
Rodgers to
Rodgers.
happen. Um, they're interesting right now, which is more than I can say about the past 7-8 years of their team. Um, I'm gonna take the Steelers. I think the Seahawks they opened the season 0-2.
Please, God, we need it.
I need like oxygen.
Mhm.
After this, we have Ravens Browns. I mean, do I even have to say it?
Nah, it's gonna be the
Good
Ravens.
God, the line's 11.5. Good God. Yeah, Ravens. Opening up your four. Oh, this is probably. It's not a certified ass bowl, but it's a fucking slog. Broncos Colts opens up your 4 o'clock hour.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be the game where people think that Daniel Jones will legit win fucking comeback player of the year.
It's always really funny when it's not an injury and it's just oh yeah he's not ass anymore. They did that with Joe Flacco after Damar Hamlin fucking died, and that was just so hilarious.
No, they need to come up with another category for the NFL honors. It needs to be fresh off the couch, not comeback player of the year. Give me the
Or
fresh
I
off
mean
the couch
shit, I mean
award.
just do what the NBA does, most improved player.
Yeah, there you go. Because even like Geno Smith too, like he should have won comeback player of the year, like because he decided to not be ass.
Yeah, he woke up one day and was like, I think I'm going to throw a football right today.
Hmm.
After this, here's my hot take: the Super Bowl
Oh wait, who did
rematch.
you pick for the
Oh,
Colts and the?
Meteor. No, kidding. Broncos.
I also said Broncos.
Um, After this, here's my hot take: every season should open with a Super Bowl rematch. Because what's this doing at 4:25 week two? Eagles Chiefs.
Yeah, you're spitting with that one. I feel like that should be your Thursday night game to open up the year. But give me the Eagles.
Like I don't want to see the,
Oh,
you know,
wait, no. I
what?
changed. I actually picked Kansas City.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I actually want to hear your rationale on this.
Oh, I didn't. Like the Eagles secondary didn't look that good to me, and I feel like this is like a bounce back game for Mahomes.
Fair enough. I uh I mean, I think the Eagles win it. I think the Chiefs are just kind of a mess right now, and that receiver core is just looking really rough. I, you know, I saw people say that they thought Kelsey was going to propose, on the field if he had won that last Super Bowl. I think the reason he proposed, last month is because he knew he wouldn't have a chance to do it on the field this year. Yeah,
Damn.
no, I think the Eagles win it.
All right, fair enough.
Uh, Sunday night football. This is either going to be a really really good game or a really really bad game. No in between. Falcons Vikings
I'm a little high on JJ McCarthy because he looked very
because he's a hot
reminiscent of
white boy.
Kyler Murray in his first career debut game. So I picked the Vikings.
I have to agree. I mean, the Bucks were basically giving the Falcons every opportunity to steal that game away from them, and they just could not do it. I I am both shocked that the Bucks let that game go on for as long as it did, and I am shocked that the Falcons didn't just rip it away from them because they got every chance to do it, but they didn't. So I'm going to take the Vikings.
All
Uh,
right.
Actually, a pretty fun slate for the Monday night games. You got Bucks Texans first.
I picked Tampa Bay.
I agree. I think they're going to come out with a lot more fire after last week, and I think the Texans looked, pretty weak against the Rams. I think it'll probably be a low scoring affair, but I think it'll at least be fun. I think it'd probably be like a 17-14 kind of game.
I like it. I like that thought process.
After that, this is a genuinely fun game that I wish it wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't at 10 p.m. and I really wish that it was with you guys on the West Coast because this would be a great game to just watch and go to bed. Chargers Raiders. That's a fun one. Who do you got?
Yeah, the Chargers look solid, and then the opposite end of the coin, and so do the Raiders. So it was a toss up for me, but I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
I think the Raiders come in and I think they surprise a lot of people. I think I think that it's a scrappy young team with scrappy fun players, and I think that the Raiders are going to come in and they are going to beat the Chargers. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah,
All
I
of
still
this,
feel like Gino has got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder still, and this is like the smartest coaching hire that they've had in like the past like decade. So
all of
I
this
like it.
leads us to at 4:05 p.m. Sunday, 1:05 p.m. Phoenix time. Your Arizona Cardinals versus the Bojangles eating, the country music listening, the sister kissing Carolina Panthers. Who do you got?
I've got the Cardinals winning 27-10.
20. Oh, wow. So basically, more or less the same scores as last week for the Panthers. That's fun. I like that. I wish I was in the same headspace. I I have been let down by this team against the Panthers so many times. I have had such pain, and it hits so much closer to home because every time that happens, you guys don't have to live near Panthers fans. You don't have to, you guys watch the NFC Championship. It's insular. It's like, okay, well, yeah, the Cardinals lost, but everybody here is as miserable as I am. I saw fucking Super Bowl merch go up the next day. I had to go go to class the next day with everybody excited and have a big old frown on my face. That shit stunk. Um, and it looms over us. I mean, we are two teams in divisions where every other team hates each other, but we are just the odd team out. Nobody really cares about us enough to hate us. Uh,
Damn.
so
Yeah, you're right on that one.
we've taken we have taken to being each other's rivals. The Panthers are like, I went on the Panthers subreddit. Oh, at least we get to face the Cardinals, our bitch, and it's like,
Fuck
we
you.
fuck you. This is two bums fighting. This is two bums calling each other broke. This is not
No.
this is not something to hang your head high and say that's our rival, that's our bitch. Fuck you.
So with
But
all that being said,
with all that being said, I cannot remove this just feeling of doubt in my head. They are in our heads. We despite being on opposite ends of the country, the Panthers hate the Cardinals, and the Cardinals hate the Panthers, and it's just completely stupid, and they are in our heads. And I think it's going to be a messy 24-16 win for the Panthers.
all right, dude. We'll get up here next week and we shall see.
I genuinely hope I'm wrong. I hope I can come here next week and talk all this shit and say that Cookout's not even that good, and that
Oh, don't say that. Don't go that far.
and that Bojangles is really falling off a cliff. I hope I can talk all the Panthers crap I want to, and nobody can call me a Yankee because I live here. Oh boy. So do you want to close out?
Yeah, and hopefully next week we will have Ghoul back and we'll be back in form. Hopefully on YouTube this time.
Hopefully on YouTube, and hopefully I can figure out how to edit a video and get this onto YouTube so that anybody can view it, and not rely on old Uncle Elmo's crappy Twitter Spaces.
Right, right, right. All right. This has been another episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Jackie. Follow me here on Twitter.
My name is Will. You can follow me here on Twitter at Live on That Swing. This has been the Redbird Red Zone, a Max Hall production, and we will see you next week. Thanks so much.
Later.